Before I get started, I want to shout out to everybody who has subscribed to this YouTube channel. You are a doll or you are fantastic. I am super appreciative of having your subscription. And even though this is a very fledgling channel, I have a lot of content on my podcast. Actually, 3 years worth of content on just the audio version of podcasts, which you can find on Apple, on Spotify, and wherever you catch your podcasts. Today, Spring Fever, my first 2026 drama coming out of Hanguk, has been watched by me. Not all of it, just the first episode. And that's the way I like to contain my first impressions. It is exactly that. So if you're expecting me to give you the what's what all the way through however many episodes have been uploaded, this is not that. This is going to be just my first impression. And they say your first impression can be your last impression, if you know what I am saying. And in 2026, my mantra, or let's just say one of them, baby, because as soon as you box yourself into something, it starts up immediately, doesn't it? But one of them, let's say the chief one, is new. I'm just in the mood for new. But not so in the mood for new, baby, that I can't see what, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to automatically like it simply because it's new. So with Spring Fever, it stars Uri An Boyoung and Lee Joo Bin. These two are a pairing that are recognizable at this point for many of us OG Hanguk drama watchers, and even if they're not familiar faces to you, they're faces that, especially for An Boyoung, you don't mind seeing them, did you? Okay, so I'm going to give you this premise style. Spoiler alert, if you don't want me to let the cat out of the bag about anything, especially with your first impression, duck on up out of here now. But because you like what Arak Sarang does, and I don't really think I can ever spoil a drama for you, because your baggage and shit is what you bring to every story that's told to you. So you may get a completely different impression. And despite other places in the world that think that you have to have the same damn opinion, you can have a different one over here. So this drama is one that falls into the rom-com category. And I can hear somebody before they say it. Okay, Arak Sarang, what you about to say, why are you going to watch it because of that? Okay, so let me say it first before I'm answering it, before I even say, okay, I don't like rom-coms. Ooh, I'm sorry. Okay. The other part of that is, well, why are you gonna watch it then? Just stop watching it, watch something else. Okay. I watch all dramas because that's what I do here at Arak Sarang. It doesn't matter. My chief concern when it comes to a drama is that it's a romance. So I don't give a fuck what else you're doing around their romance, because baby, when it's time to get that shit popping, it don't matter if it's sandwiched between some goofy ass goofiness. So this is a rom-com. Now, those who listen to Arak Sarang and who have listened for some time may find that you fall on the same side of some issues. And by issues, I just mean rom-com might not be your jam. You might want a story that's a little bit, you know what I'm saying, a little bit more, you know. So, it's a rom-com, which weighs heavily into my first impression, because the shit that's supposed to be so funny is usually not what's actually funny to me. It is when you are super self-aware, it's not funny because you're trying too hard. It's when you lack self-awareness. That's what makes it funny. And then when it's not intentionally trying to be a comedy, that's what makes it funny. See, what I don't like about some tags, I do think that some tags need to be there, maybe because, I guess they need to be there. But it's like this. Stories can be funny without the tag in there. What I'm saying is stories can be comical without you telling me I'm supposed to laugh at this story because what is funny is just going to be funny. Now, I know I went down a rabbit hole, but I'm just saying because I think that rom-coms will go over better with people if they weren't trying to make you laugh. But I get it. They have to tell us what they're doing. Fine. So this is a rom-com, and these two are the leads. Okay, so I watched the first episode, and I'm just gonna go through what I saw. So before I do that, Ishubin, some of my ability to absorb her acting comes from one of her previous works, which was She Would Never Know, starring Ruin. I mean, do we really have to talk about this? Former leader of SF9. Like, we don't really have to talk about Ruin or whatever his name is, y'all. We don't have to really talk about that like that, do we? Because the consensus is in, and the lie detector test has determined that was not a lie. He is fine. Okay. So she played in that with him, and she was like, when you look at her face on this, maybe she gives you more of a, cleanser commercial face she's giving in this, the fresh face, it took us 3 hours to give her this no makeup look, that look. But in that, she is a biatch. Okay? She's the biatch. You can't stand her. And she's that lead that, gonna force the dude to be with her. Gonna take some extreme measures if he don't be with her. And then had the backing of her brother, who was like, you know what I'm saying? Chaebar status or some shit. So the dude she was forcing to be with her was kind of beholden to the brother, because the brother had kind of like, you know what I'm saying, picked him up, shook his ass off, and made him something. So he felt indebted to the brother. And part of that debt was being with his psychotic ass sister, who was, okay, I know it's just a role, but sometimes you can play a role so good that when I see you in some new shit, baby, nope, I don't want to like you. I don't know, guys. People watch these dramas, and I just feel like, baby, when you see, this is why I love dramas from every locale, because when you watch a Tahi Lacorn, those people know what they good at. As in, most of the OGs over there in Lacorn land are evil as fuck. Okay? On the silver screen, they play evil after evil after evil. Like, they're the evil parent, they're the evil stepsister, the evil great aunt, they the evil neighbor. They're evil in everything that they do. Now, some would say, you typecasting yourself and you not, but it's like, no. It's like down there in Tahi, they know that because I'm real good at being evil, ain't nobody gonna like my ass as soon as I try to trounce over into another Lacorn talking about oh, I'm so sweet. That shit ain't gonna work. So these are the things that kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is kind of what I bring into. And you might not have that baggage because maybe you don't watch Lacorn. So it's like, you can watch her be a biatch and She Would Never Know. And you could come over here and be like, oh, she's adorable. And I just can't let go, baby. I can't let go. I don't be forgetting. And I rarely forgive. So she is this barefaced, scare quotes over beauty, because y'all know it's not a hanguk drama unless they telling us who's pretty and who's not. It's like, thank you very much. I will make my mind up on my own who I think fine running around this motherfucker. But they were fine about boy, he is, ain't he? He is. And when he stand there with that dimple on the right side, the long dimple on the right side, just dying to come through because what he's doing is not enabling him to smile fully. Yeah, that's something else. But anyway, so the way this kicks off is and in the drama, her name is Yunbam. Okay, very odd name for a Korean person, and I'm sure there's a meaning. Did I go look it up? She is a teacher. And I don't like this method of storytelling because it's the whole circularity of it they gave us a glimpse into her past with teaching. Now, you would think that given what happened, she would never do it again, because she's in the classroom. A woman walks in her classroom, smacks the shit out of her, and the other woman was still able to walk away. Yeah. Smacked in front of the whole class. So, we all have seen 1,000 K dramas. We know that, oh, okay, so what, you was creeping with her man or something? You know what I'm saying? Because, So she wakes up out of that nightmare. But the way that the producers proffer this, it's more of it reads memory for me and not just weird nightmare. So somehow, some way, in Hanguk society, she was able to go get another job teaching somewhere. So she's still a teacher. Except now, because she had the shit slapped out of, you know what I'm saying? Like they slapped the color off her ass. Like, she don't wear colors, she wear black. She don't talk. Slap the taste, the words, the personality out of your ass. You know how hard you got to get slapped for your personality to leave you forever? So she's drab. And the other teachers that are around her note that. They're like, she don't even talk to us. We be like, I say, oh, in the morning and shit, she don't say nothing. She just, dip her head, which is the same in effect as saying, I say, oh, but you don't get to do that shit. Somebody say it to you, you need to say it back. So she don't say it back. She always wear black. She don't never smile. She don't never talk. When she does talk, it throws people off because it's like, you know how to talk? So they get word that in the drama, his name is Son Tae-kyu. He on his way up to that motherfucker. So everybody in the teacher's lounge runs. Somebody run in the bathroom. People under the table, baby. They in their cubicles ducking low. And he comes up there. He got on his, you know what I'm saying? His military pants, military t-shirt, got his military cut. Let me stop right here and appreciate the visual. What I do appreciate the most about him is he does look fresh from the military, which, and for me, bae, what? B, he looks really good like this. And I think a lot of the idols look really good when they get out the fucking military. Okay? They look real good with that look. I love that look. But anyway, so he's bumping this look. He's got this little buzz cut. I like all that. You know what I'm saying? I like it. I'm looking at him. I like it. Another thing I like about that is he's not hungry, baby. He not hungry. He thick. I like all that. He's thick. He's walking with authority. Because it's a rom-com, it's like when he walk, he don't walk, he thunder down the fucking road. Like Godzilla's coming to the school. And everybody's disafraid. He comes in there. He is the brother of Cho Jun-hyung. And he has some questions to ask because his little brother has failed to make it on favorite student list or some shit, and they gonna answer to him why he isn't on that list, because everybody knows that his little brother, who in the drama is Son Han Kyul, he is parentless, and we know in Hanguk society, if you parentless, you just, baby, you there's no hope. How do you even manage to breathe every day with no parents? How you know how to breathe, baby? You ain't got no parents. So his brother has raised him. And everybody knows that when homeboy come up to the school, he's going to be a problem because he's like a tough ass. He's a hard ass, but it's a rom-com. So you're not like, quaking in your boots or anything the way that these teachers are. So when he gets there, everybody's afraid, and he confronts homegirl, Yun Bum, and she's like, oh my God, she's just deer in headlights as he's speaking. He's asking for a certain teacher who is the teacher that failed to give him the merits that he wanted his little brother to have. They assure him it'll be okay. We're gonna fix all this. And, while they're interacting, he's thinking to himself in his inner dialogue, either then or later in the drama, he's like, oh my gosh, she gonna act like she don't remember me. And then we get these flash, baby, what would it be? A flash into they story a little bit, back when she had color. I'm talking about watercolors, sitting at the table, regaling people, being super toxically sociable, like she used to be back in the day. But now she just has absolutely no personality. I guess he's letting on that he doesn't know her and all of this. So he kicks rocks and goes and does whatever big military stomping through town thing he does every day. The teachers go back to what they do. And, there's a teacher there that she does, let's say, deal with more than anybody else. So, they're all pretty afraid of him and they don't really want to have to deal with him, but the little bro is in her class. So she kind of takes her under her wing, takes her to an ajuma and gets her hair slicked back into a bun so that she can present like a teacher that she thinks is more presentable and that the brother would take more seriously and have more of a, better outcome with. And she's like, this is not, no, I don't like this. But she's like, just go with it. So homegirl decides that she's going to come out of her shell. This is after the episode has gone. We found out that TQ, the elder brother who's taking care of the little brother, he's just a fucking puppy inside. He's like a kitten. He goes home. He's, buffing off trophies. It's really important to him for his little brother to succeed because he's overcompensating for these parents being dead and gone. And he's, got this friend that comes over and everybody knows that he's really not a big deal. He's not really this guy that will dismember you. That is just, I don't know if it's a front or it's just a misunderstanding about who he is. But he walks around with what looks like a gang because they walk around with all black on. And I've only seen the first episode, but I have kind of, peeked over into some comments and it just seems like his group has like they're a company or something and they do something reputable like that isn't going to make them part of the Yakuza. Because speaking of that, he got a sleeve and all that. And we know that's not common in a Hanguk drama. If you see somebody with that on, it's probably a movie and it's probably because they in Japan for a few minutes. But he's got this sleeve, which is literally a sleeve. I spoiler alerted you already. I knew there wasn't no damn real tattoo. Now we knew that the actor, the idol don't have that tattoo. But in the drama, it's not even real. And it's not even like permanent, the temporary tats they put on you to make sure you really want this. No, it's like a literal sleeve that he has to punch his hand through. It's like, what the fuck? So people were kind of disappointed about that. I don't know that I was disappointed about that. I think it makes his character kind of whack. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He fine, but come on, man. I haven't seen anything past the first episode, so it's okay. But, so he ends up going back up to the school because, believe it or not, the first time he stumped up there breaking, flower pots in the teacher's lounge, that wasn't parent-teacher conference. He was just up there like, baby, why did my little brother not get that damn trophy that I will shine and buff every day when I get home at night? And they was like, oh, don't worry. So parent-teachers conference was around the corner. So he came up there and he brought a brand new flower because he had knocked the flower pot over or something. And she was like, oh, damn, you didn't have to bring me none. He was like, baby, I don't, chill out. This is the one that I broke earlier. Remember? She was like, oh, okay. So I was really not that into episode 1. It was just not my, with a name like Spring Fever, I saw the thumbnail, the photography for this drama, and I was like, ooh, this might do something. Because, I mean, damn, he picking you up and gonna take you where you going, huh? But I just, it did not match. Name didn't match. I didn't have a problem with the name not matching because if it's translated into English, it loses all of its essence, if you ask me. But it just, I'm going to say the photography, the one that I've seen, the one that you've seen, where he just gone, baby, slip you over the shoulder and just take you where you going, baby. You can't see. You just got to trust. Yeah, that didn't really do all that much to match for me. Despite that, this drama could definitely benefit for a 2 times speed watch. And I know that when I dive back in for episode 2, I won't be doing nothing but 2 times in this, because a lot of times 2 times can make what's drab, it could just make it more lively. But I will say, you can go ahead and slow down for like the last 10 minutes of episode 1, because they intro a new guy. I don't know if it's the guy that got her, slapped the hell out of at the beginning of the drama, but he's really good looking, but he's manipulative. Like the kind of guy that is super nice and does good things, but you know that he ain't shit and he's doing it because it's like pathological. So I don't know who he is, but they did intro him in the last like 5 minutes. And when he rolled up, as in our male lead, when he rolled up for the parent-teacher conference, she had a desk there for him. They always have the student's desk. And he was like, it's too little. So he moved that and he scooted his chair right on up to her. I ain't gonna lie. That was like, oh, okay. So I see how y'all gonna do this. So like the last 5 minutes. And I think this drama might be one of those dramas where they try to get you at the last 5 minutes, but ain't doing shit in the 40 minutes before. Yeah, it might be that. But if you 2 times it, you won't be missing anything is the point. And it'll help you watch this drama a little bit faster. I probably slow down every time he's interacting with her, because I just want to see what he's going to, I want to see this. I want to see what he's going to do. I don't give a damn about the story. I don't care about nothing else. I just want to see what he's going to do. Let's hope that An Bo-hyun is doing that. What about you? Are you watching this? Is he doing what he looked like he can do on this yet? Please chime in and let me know, because if he is, I'll hang on tough in there and watch it and see what's going on. But other than that, I love having your listenership. That's what this is all about. And if I may, closing out on this episode, this is a roll call, and you can do this for any episode that I drop. So don't think that, did I not do this on this one, or can I do this on that one? Always let me know what you're watching, because I tell you what I'm watching, and sometimes what I'm watching can influence what you're watching. Okay, baby, what you watching can influence what I'm watching. Because if nobody had told me about that heated rivalry existed, maybe I've seen it, or maybe I would have scrolled right past it, because y'all know how I do. If it's not a drama oriented, I don't want it. But because somebody told me about that and they was like, okay, you need to watch this, baby, I'm glad that I watched it. And if you haven't listened to my episode about heated rivalry and what I thought about it, please make sure you tune in to the previous episode. I promise you it'll definitely be worth your while. And while you are thinking about your drama lists, what you're watching, what you've dropped, and, what dramas you're excited about, make sure you tune in to Idak Sarang so I can continue to give you the 411 on everything that I think and that I'm watching around the drama world. Goodbye, and I will talk to you in the next drama.